Let's get it. Oh, what kind of Yo, what up? DW is back in the building.
Blow the whistle.
Once again,
we back at it.
Oh man,
Had a little break.
Mental break. They don't even know that was a break. They still on our you know what I'm saying, the past episodes, so they still feeling that. So
yeah. Appreciate everybody still looking at doing those past episodes. Numbers going up, interest is sky high.
Yeah.
Blow the whistle's going up, and it's supposed to. This is a great platform.
Absolutely, man. I love the conversations. I love the dialogue. I love the guests. I love the audience. You know, we keeping it 100. We're keeping it raw. Combining sports and mental health. You know how we do it.
Speaking of that, now what Blow the Whistle is about to kind of segue into another kind of chapter post off the field, off season.
Yes.
The off season.
We about to go ahead and stamp that. Y'all heard it first.
Stay tuned.
Oh my goodness. I like that.
The off season.
Well, what's been going on, D, man? How you feel?
Man, it's been 2020. For everybody. I think I represent everybody when I say it's been just complete chaos and just the element of unknown, man. You know what I'm saying? Like just to be able to say that you've made it this, through this whole thing from what, almost a year
under
now.
A t-shirt that says I survived 2020.
I survived 2020. Man, it's been unbelievable, man. But the one thing I tell you though, that if you walk through this pandemic and this journey, you know what I'm saying, and you're still here. There's a mental strength, that you've gained. I know I have. And there's some things about me that I've learned. Just being, confined and limiting all your limitations, and not being able to see family and things of that nature. It's been a great, crazy experience. But when I think about it, I think I'm going to do better for it.
Absolutely. I think we're definitely going to come on the other side of this thing better people in general, because you had that time to kind of self-reflect, be in your own thoughts, even though it may have been turbulent. A lot of people dealt with anxiety, depression, all those things in between, on top of your regular day-to-day. Now you got some decreased things going on. So, like you said, if you were able to survive 2020, man, there's no telling you can go from here. It doesn't feel like a rock bottom, because I kind of take it in stride in a sense, but at the same time, I can understand where you can see it's like there's nothing but up. Like, you can't get any worse. At this point. Although it could. You don't wish that. You don't want that.
Right.
But this is the worst that we've probably ever seen.
Definitely the worst I've seen in the years I've been here on Earth. We thought that, when the market crashed, that 08-09 period. That was a big deficit for us as a nation. You saw people struggling kind of in similar ways. But this year, it's more, as I alluded to before, the mental aspect. Like you really had to, in relationships, you really had to learn that person again, because you were spending a lot more time with that person than you were spending with, your colleagues and those in the professional setting. And so, having to have your kids there and now to think about it, for the first 5-6 years of your children's life, you are that primary caregiver. But then they go into school and they have schedules. Well, a lot of that was taken away. You became right now that primary 24/7 caregiver all over and trying to work, and it was just man, it was a telling time, man. And I tell you, man, people got some great stories. So it really speaks to the mental strength and those who have made it great, and those who have struggled. There's nothing wrong with it. You're not a minority, not alone at all. And you can reach out and get you some assistance, some counsel, some consultation. It works. It really does.
Absolutely. Perfect time. Perfect segue into what we talking about. Then, here on Blow the Whistle, we integrate and combine sports and mental health. But like you said, we got some other stuff coming down the pipeline, so don't y'all forget that. We're going to keep that on the logo, but y'all going to hear it real soon. Y'all going to hear some stuff. But Let's talk about our guest, man.
Big dog, Kory Minor. Man, he's a wonderful human being, man. A great father, husband. He has a great personality. You hear it when he talks. And the one thing I like about, and I want our audience to understand is there's a plethora of people that we can actually be on the show, but when we have picked these guests and they open, hardly just accept the invitation, it's those who we know have something really to say.
Right.
And this guy is no different.
Absolutely.
He got dual people at the top.
Oh man, I'm waiting for him. Like you said, I guess today is Kory Minor. You see him with the Carolina Panthers. You see him with the Dame back in the day, late '90s. That was around my time. He probably played with D Hawk back in the day.
Yeah. Kory was originally a 7th round pick for the San Fran.
You see it back there. I got something for y'all. I got another piece of San Fran property back there. It just goes with the feng shui of what we got going on here. So, you like that.
You pull that one out of there.
You like that. Yeah, feng shui.
That's the first time we've heard feng shui and go to whistle. Y'all mark that. That's the first time.
Yes, sir. Hey, man. You coming in?
Let them know. That IQ.
You gotta be able to broaden our horizons on certain things. So, vocabulary.
You lost a couple. You know it was me, but you lost a You lost a couple.
Oh,
y'all not gonna say it, but I know you did. You lost them.
Yeah. Then I was like, feng shui. Let me Google that real quick.
What see that on Bad Boy? Lord said that.
But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this conversation, man. Like I said, NFL veteran, business veteran, entrepreneur, did a lot of different things, man. Like I said, yeah, pizza man.
Not delivery, but the owner,
owner,
entrepreneur.
Yeah, we gonna definitely talk about that. Like what got into that? Definitely one of those questions. We always want to know like how people, especially like your popular athletes and things like that. You want to know how they think, in a sense, outside the football field.
Yeah.
So, what kind of personality do you have, like outside of the football field? We've had some jokesters. We've had some strong guys. We had some very intellectual guys. We have some guys that have some stories, or you be like, wow.
Yeah, and we have guys who really have shared,
Yeah. Very much so. Opened up, vulnerable, kick back, chill. Like we do with stuff. That's what we do. We lay back, do our thing, have fun, blow some whistles.
We're about to blow some.
Man, I'm waiting for it.
So you see the t-shirt, I know you want it. Give us a call. Hit us up on Instagram.
Yeah.
Blow the whistle _IG. Facebook.
Blow Whistle Podcast.
Yeah. He's like a translator because I forget. I've been hitting it.
Twitter.
I forget. Twitter. What's Twitter?
Blow the Whistle Podcast.
If you got a clinical question, you can hit us up at blow the whistle here at gmail.com.
Subscribe to that YouTube channel. Check out all of our past episodes. Listen, you guys, like when we tell you it's about to get bigger and better, you're gonna want to make sure that you subscribe to that YouTube channel. You're gonna have to. It's gonna be like Sports Center. Yeah, you're gonna want to. You're gonna want to, and so make sure you subscribe. Follow us on IG, Facebook, all those platforms. Stay up to date. Because when 2021 hit, it's popping. So we're gonna bring them on here, Mr. Kory Minor. You ready for this one? No. Let's get it.
Hey.
Hey, Kory.
What's up, fellas? What's the word, man?
What's up, man?
Good to see you, man. Been a long time. Everything's good, bro. How you doing, man?
Man, it's been a long time, man.
Too long, brother. Too long. Glad you guys did well, man.
Facebook, social media, we can keep up, you know?
Yeah, no doubt, man. No doubt, man. Listen, I appreciate having me on, man. Love what you guys are doing, man. Love the vibe, man. Good stuff, man. Appreciate it, fellas. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. Kory Minor, man. Kory in the house. Oh, man. I see him on the field. Listen, man, we're going to go ahead and get this out of the way because I'm tired of this. This is a San Fran. We're going to start. I told him you were drafted 7th round by the home team. So get that out the way so we can move on with this, you know?
Hey, I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it, my man. Much love. Much love.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for coming on.
No worries, man.
So what's going on? Okay, how's everything been going?
Listen, man, everything's good, man. Listen, it's all about perspective, right? Listen, I'm better than most, right? I'm better than most, man. Listen, God is good, man. I woke up 60 above ground, brother. I'm winning. You know what I'm saying? And so every day, man, my whole goal every single day, man, is touch one life, brother. If I can do that, I'm winning. I can't complain, man. Everything's well. Trying to get that bag, though. Trying to get that Jet Vessel bag, though. I'm working on that.
Absolutely. So, man, you played about total 4 or 5 years?
Yeah, I sure did, man. Played about 5 seasons with Carolina, man. Got to San Fran, and they cut me the last week, maybe about an hour before you make the team. They cut me. I went home for a week, man. Carolina got me the next week, man. I was there 5 years, man.
Good, man. And you know, for us, with 5 years, that's a long time. That's way past the average, you know. And so,
God is good. Yeah, God is good.
God is good. So, where were you at afterwards? You know, what was your direction? What was your mindset, your steps going forward?
Yeah, man. So I knew I wanted to be an entrepreneur, man. I knew I wanted to create wealth, man. More importantly, create freedom for my life, me and my family, man. And so I got into, people don't know, the NFL had a program with Northwestern Mutual, man, to get like financial service business, man. So I had my own company, you know, doing insurance and financial planning, man. And I love that. Did that about 3 years. My wife and I wanted to move back to California, where we're from, LA area. And so I was gonna do that back when I got to LA, but they wanted us to drive too far, you know, based on where we moved at. You know, LA traffic ain't no joke, man. Right. So I wasn't sitting in traffic, you know, 2-3 hours a day. So I actually went to see Lou Holtz, my old coach in Notre Dame. He was at South Carolina.
Right.
I met a guy on the sideline, said, hey, listen, if you're in sales, I got a connection with a wine company. I said, sell some wine? Shoot, man, I'm all in, you know what I'm saying? And so I interviewed with this company, man, kind of find out it's the Gallo Wine Company. They all went to Notre Dame anyway, so it was a sure
wow. Wow.
So I did the wine thing about 4 years, 3-4 years, man. And at that point in time, the entrepreneur bug, man, it was calling me, man. And so I started going to different franchise meetings. I just started really researching what to do, man. And so I pulled the trigger, man, and I jumped in Domino's Pizza. I had about 5 franchises, about 10 years, man. We blew that thing out pretty good, man.
Oh, wow. Good. So that was a lot right there. That's a lifetime right there. But definitely I wanted to talk about, Kory, here at Blow, we combine sports, mental health, and everything between. And I wanted to kind of talk about, earlier years, this energy that you have right now, it came from somewhere.
Sure.
So I wanted to kind of know, like, who were like your influences as a younger Kory Minor?
Yeah, no, I appreciate that, man. So for me, man, it's my mom, bro. A single mom, man, and she used to grind, man. Multiple jobs to make ends meet, brother. And so she was always my inspiration. My grandparents as well, man. My grandmother was a hustler, man. Had her own barbershop for 40 years. My grandfather worked in the factory, man, and so they always worked, man. They were workers, man. You know what I'm saying? And so from that point, I was always like, okay, working must be a good thing, right? I didn't know. I just knew that. And so from my energy standpoint, man, I've always been a guy that says, like, okay, if you had a choice, be around, Debbie Downer or Energized Mike, who you want to be around, right? So I figured be energized. He was, man, be around for him, man. He's always energized, man. He can keep me going, you know what I'm saying? And so I just kind of been an energizer bunny, bro. That's how I roll, man,
I love it. I'm gonna use that one. I'm gonna use that example. I'm gonna be Jeffrey Dahmer. That's good. Okay, man. So the thing I love about you, man, and we only had a small set of teammates before we moved on to different places, man. But it doesn't take that long when you're around good people to understand that. You know what I'm saying? To have that vibe and that chemistry, man. I always had that respect
And I didn't expect anything less post career. Man, you went on and then you just mentioned about owning some multiple franchises. You're author of a book. I want you to talk about that. I call you a motivational speaker. You corrected me and said, no, it's more of a sales proposal, but man, the things that I see and what I follow.
I appreciate
it. Yeah, I'm like, yeah. And so man, just kind of tell me about what kind of pushed that whole ordeal to as far as being continuing entrepreneurship, being an author, and what the things that you wanted to convey to your audience and why.
Yeah, no, appreciate that, man. Thanks for the kind words, brother. I couldn't say about you, man. Much love always, D. So for me, man, I read 2 books. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad, changed my life. And I read Think and Grow Rich, right? And those books just changed my life because in my NFL days, man, I don't know about you, D, but like I was a different cat, man. I wasn't going to parties, man. I wasn't traveling. Like I was doing internships in the off season. I was in the community, man. I was on boards playing. People like, dude, you on a board? You playing ball? I was like, man, I was trying to meet who's hoops. I knew one day it was going to end one day. And I wanted to be ready for it to end. I didn't want to be like, it is, and I didn't know what to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I belonged to the gym downtown in Charlotte, called the South End Athletic Club gym is down in Charlotte by downtown. And I met a guy named Bruce down there. Bruce, a white guy, man, cool cat, man. Really took me in. He would buy and sell insurance companies like $30-40 million. What is this, right? So I was understanding his vibe, what he was doing. He was really cool. He kind of showing me the ropes. And then I met an African American eye doctor. She was a single mom, and her practice right by the stadium. She had 98 rental properties all rented. And I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute, forget football. Like I want to talk about what y'all doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know? So I started meeting people in Charlotte, man, who were just doing big things. So I said, you know what? So I said, okay, after practice, man, I'm gonna go read the books. I'm gonna go network, man. So I was doing all these things, man. Like I wasn't, because I knew football for me was never a dream of mine. NFL wasn't a dream. Notre Dame was my dream. NFL wasn't my dream. So I knew, I really said, okay, God's gonna give me these 4 or 5 years for me to figure it out, right? I know you don't know what you want to do yet. I'm needing 4 or 5 years to figure it out, and then go figure it out. So that's what kind of that mentality of entrepreneurship, man, creating wealth and freedom, brother. Because listen, I saw my mom struggle, man. I saw my mom, and listen, she's a superwoman, man. Love my mom, but I was like, man, I don't want to do that, bro. Like, I don't want that. I want to be able to go shop and not check my balance first. Let me make sure I got that money in my account first. I didn't want to do all that, understand? And so it's okay, man. How about getting this entrepreneurial thing to take off? So I just found mentors, right? Some on YouTube, some in person, who uplifted me, man. I said, okay, listen, they can do it. Like I can do it, right? They put their pants leg on one leg at a time, just like I do. So what's the difference, man? And in that process, I had my ups and downs, but don't get me wrong, it has been rosy, man. But I'm doing this now, man, and it's starting to climb, brother. And I got some huge dreams, man. I mean, I'm talking about massive dreams and goals financially to change the world, man. I want 1 billion people to know who I am, man. I literally mean that. 1 billion people know who I am, right? So I'm getting heavy on social media. I'm getting heavier. I'm doing more things there, working on more things there, man. If people know who you are, they can't give you no money, right? Right? People know you exist. They can't hire you, right? I can be the greatest sales team coach in the world. If people know Kory Minor exists, then Toyota of San Francisco can't hire me to come in for the sales team. You see what I'm saying? Right. So I can get past the noise of people, right? The noise, the world is noisy, man, with COVID and everything going on, people's own jobs, personal problems. So I go, hey, you see me? Hey! I gotta break through the noise, man. That's why I'm on social media so much, to break through the noise, man, to get where I want to go.
That's right. Wow. No, but dude, I was so engulfed in this, I couldn't even blow my whistle. I couldn't even blow my whistle and blow anyway, because what you don't know is, when you spit a jewel like that, we supposed to blow the whistle, but you had a little break, you had both of us right here. So please, I appreciate it. You spit that jewel, because you was stuck too. I was like, I'm into it. That's why you do what you do. That's right. But I told you. But I definitely want to talk, Kory, briefly about what kind of was that transition for you as far as mindset? What kind of put you to because you said at one point you was, you got kind of low to where you had to kind of shoot yourself back out there. But what was like that defining moment for you?
So I remember going to the gym, man. I remember leaving the gym. I just didn't feel good about myself. And so right at the car, I took my phone out and did a video, man, talked about mental health. It's funny you mentioned that. I talked about how I thought about suicide, man. I thought about how, like, because football was my whole life, man. That's all I knew, right? And so that was my identity. So when it was over, I was like, man, what am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do yet. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And so that was painful, brother. That was painful. So I remember thinking, like, man, is this worth living for? Is this a good thing? It's a bad thing? I'm transitioning. What does that mean? Right. So it was a nice little depression for a while. My wife was worried about me. Hey, baby, you're gonna be okay. We need some therapy, some help. So we did some of that, man. And then I just gave it to God, man. I said, listen, God, you got me on this earth for a reason, man. I'm just gonna give it to you to bring me through. You know what I'm saying? But let me tell you, brother, it was a rough time for a little bit, man, because and Dee, maybe you've gone through this too, man. You're so consumed in football. That's all you've done. That's who you are. People know you as a football player. And you're like, wait, I'm a little more than just football, right? I'm a little more than that, you know? And so that was painful, man. That was really hard. It was.
Mm-hmm. No, I would say that's kind of like grief. Yeah, you know, it's not like you lost a life, but you lost what was familiar to you in that transition. So those same emotions that you have when you're grieving, you're going through those things: the depression, the anger, the denial. You know, a lot of athletes transition out and have that denial, like they want to continue to do it. Yeah. And when they can't, then it's, you know, boom. You know,
and what I learned about Kory, in the same sentence, he mentioned the fact that he did, you know, seek, you know, by his support system, a therapist. Right. But he also didn't separate that from his spiritual beliefs. So many of us have the stigma that it can't involve both, and it really can. I mean, it kind of really coincide if you go deep enough. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's it's a blessing that you mentioned that, man, in the same sentence, because you know you help erase the stigma that those two things can coincide, and they definitely can. You know, with that being said, Kory, as far as your position when you speaking, man, we can feel the energy coming through this daggone.
Appreciate it, man.
You know, when you're, but I've known that. You know, I've known that for 20 years now. So, but when you're speaking at all these Fortune 500 companies, these different organizations, these thousands of people, man, the feedback that you get, what is the mental block? Because you're there for a reason.
Yeah,
you're there to improve whatever that situation is.
Yeah.
What do you see? Let's, you know, from a corporate standpoint, what do you see with some more of the mental blocks that happen within the people in the circles that you
Sure. You know, I've been blessed to speak on stages for just pure motivation as well as sales team for training, right? And really it's the mental block of, you know, can I really be that good, right? Because they see the hero or their idol on stage, right, on TV, right? Can I really be as good as Tony Robbins, or, you know, can I really be as good as a Grant Cardone, right? They see that and they ask themselves, like, can I be that person? Or someone makes, you know, 1.5 million or 5 million. Like, is that possible? And I'm like, listen, I'm going to give you all kinds of strategies to do all that. But if you don't believe it here and here, it don't really matter what I give you.
Absolutely.
Right? So as we've heard so many positions.
Oh, please go back. Hey, rewind that. Rewind now, please. About 3 seconds ago. Go back again.
So I can give you all kinds of tools and strategies, but if you don't believe it here and here, it don't really matter what I give you, right? You gotta find that dog inside you that says, you know, I can be just as good as him or her, right? And that can't be taught to you. That has to come from you and only you, right? And so that's a big thing I see when I speak and I train. Additionally, what I see when I speak and train is I think that they're so stuck in the past, right? Or mom said money don't grow on trees, right? Or my friend said that I had a stuttering problem, so I won't be able to speak very well. Or my friend said that because I had bad grades in school, right, I won't be able to learn, right? They take these past stigmas and roadblocks, right, they had in the past, and they can't figure out how to break through it when they get older, and they still carry it with them. So you wonder why you're not making any money. Why you're not prospering in your company, right? Because you have these blocks, right? And because you've been taught this at an early age and you kept it with you, right? Instead of saying, you know what, not today, not on my watch. No. My dreams and goals are too big for you to keep me down in quicksand. I'm not gonna let it happen, right? So those things I see quite a bit.
Wow, man, wow. So yeah, I just lost my questions like that. That hit, all that. Yeah, you want to pick. Yeah, it's like picking from just a rose garden. It's like whatever you grab, it's like it's good, right? Man, so how you kind of like, or what would you say to that black man that grew up, or this black teenager, or this black young person, that wants to be that, but they're again held bound to that mental block of culture, family dynamics, family dysfunction, because our family could be that main component that often derails us from our dreams. So what would you say to those individuals that are struggling mentally in that particular capacity to kind of realize their full potential?
Sure, that's a great point. I think first off, you got to ask yourself, I think, what do you want in life, right? Because I believe when you have a life purpose, you figure it out, right? So what do you want, like how grandiose do you want to play life at, right? You want to play small, or you want to be like Jeff Bezos could have played small, right? He could have, right? But he chose to play Amazon at a whole nother level, right? Steve Jobs could have played Apple small, right? But he chose to play at a whole level. Oprah could have played small. But so what's your why? You gotta have a why, man. If you don't have a why get out of bed? Let me say it again. If you don't have a why get out of bed? What's the point, right? And so at the end of the day,
I ain't gonna do it quick. I ain't gonna do it.
So number one, you gotta have a why. Number two, as a black man, listen, what we've gone through, what we've experienced, it is what it is. So at some point, it can't be your crutch anymore. You can't be handcuffed to that, how you grew up or how you were treated. At some point, you gotta say, you know what? I know what I've been through, but that's not gonna stop me, because there's many black men who have made it, who've gone through the same exact thing we're going through, right? So what you should do is find out what their blueprint was and copy it. Tony Robbins said this. I love what Tony Robbins said this. He says, if you want to do something in life, find the person who's done it and model what they've done, right? Mm-hmm. So if I say, listen, man, I really want to be like Magic Johnson, right, and be worth $750 million, right? What's his pathway? Man, I really like Michael Jordan, right? What he's doing. What's his pathway, right? So Oprah, Bill Gates, whoever maybe, doesn't matter who it is, right? You find out what someone's doing and you find that path and you go run with it, right? There are many, there's mentors are for free online, right? You need to get online and find them, right? YouTube is free. I look at YouTube probably at least 6 to 8 hours a night, a day, because I want information, right? I'm looking at, I don't read books anymore. Like I don't read. Like, let me see. This is a good book. This is a good book. That was a good book, right? That was a good book. But see, I don't read books anymore. I don't read books through the whole page anymore. I just need one nugget from the book. I need one word, one sentence. That's all I'm looking for. One nugget, right? Mm-hmm. I can find one nugget. Boom. Now maybe I go from 1 million to 10 million, right? 10 million to 50 to 100, right? I need a nugget. So what I would say to those brothers, man, and I was that guy at one point. Listen, you can't cry about the past. It is what it is. Pick yourself up, right? Grab your why, grab some mentors, and take execution. Right. That's where it's at, man. You're not winning because you're not executing. That's why you're not winning, because you're not taking no steps. You researching, you watching, you researching, going to clubs, buying Gucci belt, buying that. Man, damn all that. Who you impressing? You don't like them no way, right?
Yeah.
So you need to work on your dreams and goals and execute it.
Yeah. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. Hey, Kory, I know, you gotta go, man. But I want to get this. I listened to you, I was just mesmerized. Right, you made me almost speechless. And we're not speechless like this. We're not like this. But man, if with the 2020 that we've already spent,
yeah,
black, white, tall, small, whatever, it don't matter.
Yeah.
Now with this election that we've had,
yeah,
how it is transpiring.
Mm-hmm.
If you could be on a podium for 5 minutes,
yeah,
and State of the Union, our nation is listening.
Okay.
Going forward, bro, what would those 5 minutes consist of?
Boy, I probably have a couple messages. First off, that's a great question. First off, The first one probably be about love, right? Like we gotta start loving each other again. Like we've lost that, right? And so I know this, like if I don't break bread with someone who don't look like me, how can I care about the issues and problems? Right? If I sit in a bubble that are just African Americans or just Hispanics or just white or just Asian, then I can never ever have outreach to anybody else to say, hey man, what are you going through? And how can I help and be an ally? Right? So first off, we got to find that love. We got to find that community. Number two, I would say this. Listen, government was never designed to help you at the household level, right? Meaning that whether it's Donald Trump or whether it's Joe Biden, if I don't make a move, it don't matter what they do, right? If I say, man, in the next 3 to 5 years, I want to own 10 Jamba Juices, right? If I don't make a move to do that, Joe Biden can't help me, right? It's about you. So I'm talking to the American people. Listen, it's about you finding your resolve, and you finding your why, and saying, listen, what do you want from life? Like, what do you, when you leave this earth and you're on your deathbed, don't say I shoulda, coulda, woulda, right? Mm-hmm. What do you want to say on your deathbed, right? They always say you have a born date, you have an end date, you have a dash in the middle. Like, what you want that dash to be? Right. You want that dash to be in the middle, right? So because I don't care what you come from, I don't care what color you are, life will grant you any reward you want to pay for, right? It will grant you any reward you're going to pay for. So what are you willing to pay for? Now, with that being said, there's going to be some sacrifice, there's going to be some struggle, there's going to be some heartache. But in that process, in that scope of it, man, when you finally get it all measured up, when you finally you got the eggs in there, and you got the flour, the baking soda, the salt and pepper, and you mix the thing all up when it's all ready to go, you made pancakes, right? But the process to make the pancakes is going to be a little ups and downs. So the kids keep an even keel through the whole process, right? So listen, at the end of the day, what do you want from life? Whatever you decide you want, go out and achieve it. As the government, listen, we can only do so much, right? You can only hold your hand so much, but you have to create it, you know? And so at the end of the day, I would say in a nutshell, it's love, it's connection, and find your why. Because if you're living your purpose in life, brother, you're gonna find happiness.
Absolutely.
Right? Listen, I can tell you two brother right now, listen, y'all doing something y'all love to do. I can see it, right? Okay. I can see it, right? So you find your happiness, right? You find what you love to do. And listen, I love sales teams. I love training. I love being on stages because I know when I speak, like I know I'm gonna touch one life. I know without a doubt, you can bet on that I'm gonna touch one life, right? I know what I'm gonna deliver. So at the end of the day, man, listen, I'm gonna tell you two brothers, keep it up, man. Keep what you're doing up because what you gotta do, especially with the mental health component, man, listen, you're gonna change and affect a lot of lives, brother. So keep that going, man. But at the end of the day, man, listen, there's no regrets. How great you want to be, how grand you listen. There's another Oprah somewhere, right? There's another Bill Gates somewhere, right? Who's gonna be that person? I'm raising my hand, man, because I know for me, I know when I hit my $200 million plus focus, I'm gonna change a whole lot of lives when I hit there, man. Right? So at the end of the day, how do you get back? Right? It's one thing to make money. How do you get back? Right. Because if I'm worth 200 million, but my closest friend worth a pot of piss in, what does that mean to me? Right? So we gotta lift each other up, man. Right? So we create a black business network of black men who are doing big things in the world. So we come up together, right? So we can do what white people do and go buy up land and property and create things right for our people to pass down to our kids, right? Mm-hmm. So I coach football at an uber wealthy school in Orange County. It's called St. Margaret's. I'm head coach here. I've been here going year 5, right?
Right, man. Right.
Thank you, man. It costs $36,000 to go here. $36,000 a year to go to the school. Okay. And if I tell you some names of people go here, big names, right? And so I get to learn and listen and watch many of these people that I coach their dads who are buku money, right? And at the end of the day, I say, okay, I'm learning, right? I'm learning all this stuff. So I'm coming back to get with my people, right? Right? Because that's how we elevate our people, right? Mm-hmm. I go learn it, and I come back and say, hey, bro, let's meet up. I found this investment deal we should get into. It's gonna cost $50,000 a piece, but here's the rate of return over 10 years. You see what I'm saying? So I'm learning, right? I've gotten a crowd of people who love me. Like I take care of the kids, so they give me stuff back, and so I can come back to my people and say, hey, let's talk how we uplift each other. Because if we don't lift each other, man, it don't mean nothing. If you worth $100 million. If y'all both worth $100 million, I'm worth $100 million, but our closest friends ain't worth the pot of piss, what's it mean? It don't mean nothing, right? So we gotta stop with the crab in the barrel mentality. Say, listen, how can we make some money together? How can we make wealth together? How do we change the world together? So you and I both know a group is better than one, right?
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at, fellas.
Power numbers.
Woo. Man. Yeah. I appreciate all this right here. I'm definitely.
I told him. I ain't even I told him. I told him it was.
So man, we know we gotta go out and get out of here. But we definitely, I definitely appreciate each other. So I don't even know about our fans, but I know that they're gonna love it. Yeah. They're gonna stick on it, and it's gonna definitely, like you said, change at least one person's life.
Listen, I appreciate you too, man. I appreciate you both what you're doing, man. Like, whenever you need me on, if the guest can't get on, man, something happens, I got you, man. Let me know, and then but keep doing what you're doing, man. It's gonna affect a lot of people more than you know. How long is this gonna go on for a while now, or just for a little bit?
You will be our 11th episode.
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it. So let me give you small little advice. This helped me a long time ago. I was on social media about 5-6 years ago, posting a lot of good content, but I had not very many likes, not very many comments. And I had a buddy hit me up. His buddy hit me up, says, "Hey man, I see what you're doing. Just keep going, right? Just keep going, right?" And I appreciate that, but I still wasn't getting no love. Maybe a few views here or there, a few comments here or there, nothing much. Then I had a guy like a month later said, "Hey, I didn't commit suicide because I heard your words today." He said, "I didn't commit suicide, Kory, because I heard your words today." And so understand that you might not have the viewership you want yet or the likes you want, your comments, but they will come. People do hear it, brother. People will hear it. Keep doing what you're doing. Whatever I can do, man, let me know. And please shoot me a copy of this when you get a chance. Email me if you can or whatever. I'd love to get a copy of it. And I promote it out to my team too. And send me what you guys doing. Send me your company name. Let me put it out on my word as well, man. Give you my publicity, man. But hey, I'm honored to be on, brothers. I love what you guys are doing, man. And listen, at the end of the day, man, we in this together, brothers. You know, I'm all about black business and black empowerment, man. You gotta make it happen, man.
Well, where can people find you at? Where they can get all these jewels and these nuggets you be dropping?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. So yeah, I'm on Instagram at KMine4, KMINE4. I'm on Facebook at Kory Minor, KORY, Minor, MINOR, Twitter, KMINE, number 4. And I'm at my website, Kory Minor Training, Kory, KORY, Minor, MINOR, training.com.
Wow. Yeah. So come and get those jewels, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm gonna take advantage. You need it too. Okay, man. I appreciate you, man. Much love and respect, man. Yeah. Again, if there's anything I can do in the support role, man, I'm there. You just give me the word, man. I appreciate you being so open and transparent and sharing.
Man.
You drop jewels, man. I know you had me and my co-host over here, but I'm not focused, so I know our audience will be too. But it's just a testament to who you are, man, as a man, the blessing of your faith in God, man. You've been a strong man, just your willpower to succeed, man. I appreciate you being connected to folks like yourself.
Amen. D, I appreciate you, man. Nothing but love, man. I always appreciate you running the ball, brother. Always good to see your hard work and effort paying off, man. And I'm honored to be on with you too. Listen, I love what you guys are doing, man. Keep up the great work and changing lives, affecting lives. That's most important, man. You're doing God's work, but more importantly, you're doing great will out in the universe. And it's going to come back to you, brother. So God bless you all. I'm humbled, man. And let's talk soon. D, you got my D. Let's stay in touch, man. Let's connect. Let's break. Oh, wait, where you guys live? Where you guys living at? Where you at? Where you staying at?
Man, I'm in between Florida and North Carolina.
Okay. Fam, where you at, fam?
Right now.
Where you at?
We're in Charlotte right now.
Oh, shoot. I'm going to come back to Charlotte. I'm going to come back to the home team. We'll figure something out then. COVID, man. Here's what we do. I got a plan. We get through COVID, man. Let's meet up in Vegas.
We'll meet up. Bet.
All right, brother. Be good. Now, God bless you all. Thanks for the love.
All right. Good luck.
Deuces.
Thanks.